Welcome back, everyone, to video number 3 of our merry-go-round art lesson. Today you are going to need your work in progress. Here's my work in progress right here. It's your drawing of your carousel or merry-go-round horse with a pole running up and down that it is on. And you need to make sure that you are totally and completely satisfied with your drawing and that you don't need to erase anymore or draw. Whoa, bless you. You
shook the table.
You did shake the table. You don't need to erase anymore or draw anymore, because once we start doing our watercolor, then it will get too messy to try to do any adjustments with our drawing. So go ahead and get your drawing. You will need also your watercolors. You will need a cup of water. You will also need any brushes you might have at home. Your watercolor set came with brushes, and a brush was handed out at the beginning of the school year for painting. And if you have any other brushes that you have at home that are bigger or smaller that you'd like to have handy, grab those, as well as a paper towel for changing colors. Let me think. Is there anything else we need, Sam? I think that's it, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Except a reminder. Always try your best. If you get frustrated, take a deep breath, count to 10, take a deep breath and try again. Everyone's art will turn out differently. Your artwork is uniquely yours, and art is not perfect.
All right, keep those things in mind. We're not looking for perfection. We are looking for fun. If we are having a hard time with something and we're getting frustrated, take a break, take a deep breath, do whatever strategy works for you so that you can come back and persevere. And what I really enjoy about art is that we could all be attempting to draw the same thing. We could even be attempting to draw it exactly the same, and they will all turn out uniquely different. So I'm going to show you the images again, because I want you now to pay attention to color. And when you're looking at the images, I want you to start thinking about the colors that you're going to use when you paint with your watercolors, okay? So just look at the colors as I flip through. All right. These ones are a little less decorative, not as much color added to them, okay? And then the other ones I wanted to show you again are the images that are not real. Those were photographs. These are drawings that have been painted in. And the last one. Okay, what I want you to notice about this last one, I want you to notice the background. The background here, it's just a lot of different colors behind the horse. And the colors, there isn't really any rhyme or reason or plan to them. They're kind of splattered on haphazardly. So you can either go along with this effect where you're using multiple colors and in kind of a hodgepodge way, or you can pick one color or several colors, and if you want to have it a little bit more defined by making obvious lines with them, you're free to do that as well. So really up to your creative expression. So we're going to get started. Also, another note, if your watercolors are running out and there are colors that you are there are colors you are completely out of, you have two options. You can either just choose not to use those colors, or you can use crayons, color pencils, color pens, or even oil pastels. I'm going to leave that up to you because it depends on what you have accessible at home. We can all be flexible and we can use what we have. I'm going to be using watercolor. Sam is going to be using watercolor, and we're going to get started. So just to review, respecting our materials, our brushes are fragile, meaning that it's very easy for the bristles to fall out and be damaged. So we're going to treat them with respect. When we dip it into water, we just kind of lightly dip, and then we dip it into our paint. Oh my gosh. Look. No water. Can you go fill me up, please?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, when we dip it into water, we're going to dip it in gently, and then we're going to use our water to get our different paint colors wet. And our goal is to make it so that our paint colors don't bleed together within our palette, so that we don't ruin our colors for any other opportunity that we'll be using our watercolors. This might be the last time this school year, but these are your watercolors to keep. So you might be using this for fun at home. So just make sure you're respecting your colors and you're not mixing them up, making a gloppy mess that'll turn just to a yucky brown, okay? You have a paper towel with you. Thank you, Sam. Sam, I only need a little bit. I only want like just the teeniest pour, okay? And another thing to talk about with the water, a tiny pour, because if by some unfortunate chance you knock your glass over, if you only have a little bit of water in it, then thank you, honey. Then if it gets near your paper, there's less of a chance of it ruining your entire artwork, okay? So just a tiny bit of water. All right, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna start by painting in the horse. Then I'm gonna do my pole and my background. That's how I'm choosing to do it. I'm gonna give you free reign on this, and you can decide whatever order you want to go in. And I'm really encouraging you to use a lot of different and bright colors. So I'm gonna start with green.
Can we use dark? Because I used purple.
You can use any and every color that is in your paint palette. Yes, absolutely. All right, so I'm going to start here by doing some green. Now, going over some concepts, this is a light green. It's like a lime green. Going over some concepts with the watercolor. The more water you add to your color, the lighter your color will be. The less water you add, the darker it will be. So I can just kind of go around and just start adding. If I don't want to change out my colors.
The less, the darker?
The less water, the darker the color is going to show on your paper.
Oh.
Yes.
It was the more water.
The more water you use, it dilutes. It's called, the vocabulary word is dilute. So the more water you use, it dilutes the color and it makes it lighter and lighter.
I thought it was the other way around.
That's all right. Yeah. Hey, if you are not learning something every day and multiple times a day, you are you're missing out. So it's really fun and cool to always be learning new vocabulary words, new techniques, new moves on the trampoline.
I don't think that you had this back in the day, but heard of summer break?
What do you mean back in the day? So Sammy, that's a really big brush, and that's a small area. So I would change your brush to a smaller brush, and then use that big brush for like the big background area.
Oh, we're gonna paint the background.
Oh yeah, we're painting it all. So maybe I'll just do a couple more areas.
I said back in the day because I'm sorry. Summer's like a new thing.
You think summer's a new thing?
Because learn one thing every day. You need to go to school to learn, Mom.
Summer's been around since I've been born.
There are breaks, specifically summer breaks.
Oh,
can we use black?
You can use any and every color on here. Okay, I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna go to purple.
I tried using black, but it was actually purple. I don't know why.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't really wash off my green very well. That's okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to switch to purple. All right, so my paper is upright. So I have to be super careful with the amount of water I use because it'll just start to run down my paper. You guys are painting with your paper down on a surface, right? A table or a counter somewhere. So you are good to go in that your water isn't gonna run down. I have to be a little bit more careful. All right. Okay, I'm wanting my purple to be a little bit darker. So I'm going to stop adding water to it.
But then wouldn't it dry up?
I have to have just a little bit so that I can pick up the paint. That's a really good point, Sam. So I have to have at least a little bit of water. All right, so how are you feeling, Sam?
Mashed.
What do you mean by mashed?
Well, look at my paper.
Tell me, give me another word.
Collage?
Collaged?
This is what I mean.
Huh. So this is where Sammy is. Are you talking about the colors running together a little bit? Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's a really...
That looks real good camera view.
That's a good technique. So Sammy decided to like have these two colors come together and blend a little bit.
It's a little wet.
Yeah, it's a little wet, sorry. That's fun. All right.
For some reason, this light red is orange.
It appeared orange when you...
Yeah, I put it on the paper. So when I said I was going to use black, it turned out to be purple.
Oh, is that right?
Really dark purple.
I'm using a really big brush, you guys can see, because my paper is way bigger than yours. So my areas to paint in are quite large. Okay. So, is there any other tips, Sammy, that we should be giving about the watercoloring?
Yes, if you have a huge tail like mine, use a big brush. Well, not too big.
Okay, Sammy's saying he has a large tail, so he's using a bigger brush. He's switching brushes. He has 3 brushes in front of him. So he's kind of going between, are you going between 3 or 2 right now?
2 so far. So I have a big part of my tail, so I did it with a big brush.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Sam. Any other tips for your buddies and your friends, your classmates?
Yeah. 1, don't get overconfident, and 2, don't overreact if it doesn't come out like you planned.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so what do you mean by overconfident? Well,
like
I'm gonna go back to the second one in a second.
Picture in your mind. You picture in your mind that it's going to look amazing, and what you picture in your mind looks like something a famous artist could draw.
Okay, so are you saying that because you don't want a level of disappointment if it doesn't turn out that way?
Yeah, and don't over exaggerate, or don't overreact if it doesn't turn out how you want it to be.
Oh, okay. So be kind to yourself. Be kind, like however your artwork turns out, be kind to yourself and just say, just remember that you're trying your best. And we always practice positive self-talk, right? We can talk about, man, I could improve, and think about how you could improve the next time you work with watercolor. And put that in the back of your heads for that when the next time you use watercolor. Okay, so thinking of ways to improve the next time you do something, that is really, you're really growing yourself, right? Mm-hmm. In school right now, you guys are talking about what are you calling it? Growth mindset.
Okay. Well, we were talking about that.
Okay. Well, I'm sure things come back around. So you guys talk about growing a growth mindset where we're constantly, checking in with our progress. We're thinking about how we can improve and get better and just kind of grow as a person in all the areas of our lives. So this is the area of our artistic expression, right?
Would you call this is art, paint and stuff? Would you call drawing a good drawer, not an artist, but a sketchist?
Well, it would be a sketch artist, right? So you could be anything to do with creative expression is art. And so art comes in many, many forms. Music is art, right? That's a different type of art. You don't,
yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah, so it doesn't have to have, you know, your traditional paint and color crayon materials for it to be art. You know, movies, that's an expression, that's art.
It is?
Yeah, that's all in the category of art. Anywhere
Right,
you
do
are
learn something new every
expressing,
day.
what's that?
You're right, you just learn something new every day.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? We're always growing our brains, our minds, our knowledge, right?
Writing books is art, like
that's
writing.
a form of art. Poetry, songwriting, book writing. We're expressing ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm. I guess graffiti would be illegal art.
Yes, graffiti would be illegal art. That is a very interesting way to look at it.
Except if it's during like an event at a skate park, because sometimes the skate park has events where people can just spray paint all over the skate park to decorate the
skate park.
Yeah.
That would be definitely. That would be you were given permission, right?
Yeah, and everything's concrete there.
Yeah. Any other things you want to share with your friends watching this video to either give them motivation, give them tips, anything about this lesson, painting? Using watercolor.
I was going to say you can always get better. Don't be afraid to collage colors if that's really what you're like feeling.
I think, you know what, now I'm thinking like the colors are colliding, right?
Colliding.
Or overlapping. Okay, so Sammy's saying that, you know, he's encouraging you if you want to play with the idea of having colors overlap each other. Okay?
And there's no wrong way to paint this.
There is no wrong way to paint it. The colors you choose, you can't go wrong, right?
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
You just can't go wrong. Okay.
Because who's judging you?
Well, with art...
Picasso? No, I guess Picasso would accept anything, because have you seen his artwork?
Yeah, speaking of Picasso, that's going to be our next. No. I'm sorry. No, we're not doing Picasso. You'll do Picasso in 6th grade.
Dang it.
Okay, so I think we're going to wrap it up because I don't think your classmates need to watch us paint our entire composition.
Guys, also, speaking of Picasso, you guys can go on the internet, search up Picasso drawings, and maybe get some ideas of him for, like, your own type of artwork, because Picasso's artwork is really expressionate. You can do that if you're practicing your art, if you're practicing your expressionate art.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. He was very expressive in his art, right?
Mm-hmm. Wait, are we going to Sharpie?
We are going to Sharpie on
video
2. So can I show them where you are, and then we're going to wrap it up on this video?
Wait, that's still wet.
It's still wet?
Still
Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Then I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave it there. It's okay. I'm going to move the camera.
Yeah,
okay, so here is Sammy's. Let's see what kind of an angle I can get. You know what, honey? The light makes it so you can't really see. That's okay.
I think the wet parts are dry.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here is Sammy's piece so far. He still has a little bit more in the center to go. And then he is going to be watercoloring in the entire background behind the horse. When you come back for video number 4, the last video, all we need is your dry composition, every single part of your paper colored in, except for if there is a part that you intend to be white, then leave that white, of course. And then we will wrap it up for video number 4. Please make sure to put your artwork in a special area in your home that no siblings or animals could possibly accidentally get to it and ruin it, okay? And then once it's completely dry, put it back in with your art materials with school and come back for video number 4 and we'll wrap it up. And all you'll need for video number 4 is your artwork and a Sharpie We're going to Sharpie everything in, and then we'll be done with this lesson, and then we'll be on to, we have one more lesson of the school year after this, okay?
What? Is it going to be like a summer drawing?
It's a surprise. You'll see. All right. And then you, of course, are responsible for cleaning up your art materials. Please rinse out your brush and put that in a safe place. Make sure that you dry the bristles or let it air dry. Make sure you clean up your paint palette and put your water cup away. Wipe down your surface area. This is your responsibility, not the responsibility of the adults in your home, okay?
No,
your responsibility. And we will see you for the very last video. All right. We will see you soon. Bye.